passionate about quilts, quilt making for 40 years. She designs quilt patterns and creates her own print fabrics. Scarlett is the author of 2 books on Celtic
applique.
Thank you. She has judged quilts at county fairs and national quilt shows for 3 decades. She became the Region 8 Vice President last year. She decided she would work towards awarding our World War II Merchant Marine veterans with the Quilts of Valor. Tonight, she will be awarding Quilts of Valor to 4 AMMV members, Charlie Mills, John Edward Loughton, Claude Barrasso, and Frank Mendez. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott.
The Quilts of Valor Foundation began in 2003. It was a dream, literally a dream, of the founder, Catherine Roberts. Her son was deployed in Iraq. And according to Catherine, the dream was vivid as real life. I saw a young man sitting on the side of his bed in the middle of the night, hunched over. The feeling was one of utter despair. I could see his war demons clustered around, dragging him down into an emotional gutter. Then, as if viewing a movie, I saw him in the next scene, wrapped in a quilt. His whole demeanor changed from one of despair to one of hope and well-being. The quilt had made this dramatic change. The message of the dream was, quilts equal healing. The model appeared simple. Have a volunteer team who donate their time and materials to make quilts. One person would piece the top, the other would quilt it. And she saw that the name of this special quilt would be a Quilt of Valor. So this organization has been in existence since 2003. And as Drew already mentioned, because my focus is on Merchant Marine, you know, when I talk to them about this, and I've been poking them, they require a DD 214 in order to get a Quilt of Valor. You can nominate anybody you know who has one of those. But the Merchant Marine, it means the World War IIs qualify for that, but no one is really focused on this group. You know, we tend to be kind of a select group. So I feel very honored tonight to have several people here that I'm going to be able to award a quilt to, but I am going to start with John Lawton, since he's not going to be able to be here today, and his family is surrounding him while he's in the hospital. Patrick is going to stand in his place, so if I can get you to come up. What we do with Quilts of Valor is we'll show you the quilt, and these are very carefully documented. This is the official Quilt of Valor label. And as mentioned, this is also up on the Quilt Index, so it is in the historical record as part of the California Heritage Quilt Project. This particular one comes from the chapter in the Amador Valley Quilters Group. I got 3 of the quilts from them because we only had a couple months for this event, and I can't crank out 3 big quilts. I have to sleep, and I have other stuff I do too. So this is the one that Patrick is going to take to John and his family. Yep, you can take that side.
Wow.
And for us people who are quilters, this pattern is called the Pineapple Blossom. Hopefully he likes pineapple. And normally what you do with a Quilt of Valor is the recipient gets wrapped in it, so you get that honor, Patrick, when you take it in.
I don't know if I can stand in for John. Like
Yep.
Shall I?
Because that's the whole point of this thing is this is a way for people to recognize veterans, those who have served, and to provide comfort. You know, you get medals, you put them in a display case on the wall. A quilt is something you can wrap yourself in. And for you gentlemen who are here, take these home and use them. Take naps in them. You know, feel the love, enjoy them, wear them, you know. Yeah. And it's okay if your dog gets up there with you or you got a grandchild in your lap. The whole point, if any of you had quilts in your families, most people talk about their grandmother made them a quilt when they were a baby. And they still remember that. So we wanted these quilts to be And that's what I saw about their mission, was something that provides you with comfort when you need it.
I'm feeling it for sure.
Yeah. So
And I'll
anyway,
be sure to give it right to Ed for sure.
there you go.
Yeah,
Thank
better-
you.
better
Thank you.
believe
So this is the first one.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right. Here you are. So this is your quilt. Yep. Yep. And this is what's considered a rail fence, where the blocks go with the vertical lines. So it's a variation of a traditional rail fence, but rail fence is good enough. So let me put this quilt around you. Try it out for size. There you go. Treat it like a hug. Yeah.
Thank you.
So enjoy it. That is yours. It is. And like I said, their label on there, it usually lists the name of the person who made the top and who did the quilting on it. So you have a record of this person. Yes. How long does it take them to make it? It depends. A lot of these chapters, I went to the Amador Valley group when they were having a sew-in. They set up at the Veterans Center with sewing machines and ironing boards and everything, and they go to town. These are machine quilted. These are people who have what we call long arms. They have the big industrial setups so that they can run them through the machine. So they can make probably a quilt in a week. And because they do these sew-ins, the Amador Valley group is, they were really excited when I told them I had World War IIs that I wanted quilts for, because there's not very many of them left. It makes it special. Oh, okay. Frank, this is yours. Now, Frank, I have to tell you a little bit of a story about yours. This is one I made.
Oh, wonderful.
Now, the top came from the Frontier Quilters, who had a partially done project. We call those UFOs, unfinished objects. So I finished the top. I did take it to a local long armor, Kimber Rickey, and she did the machine quilting, because I don't have a long arm. She did the quilting for me, and I put the binding on it. The reason I wanted to do this one, when I first talked to you about this, I discovered from the information you sent me that you were on the board that built the Korean War Memorial down here. We happen to have a very serious Korean War veterans group up in my area. And our lead person is a lady named Kim Chamberlain. Now, she's Korean. She married a veteran. And she was very active in our group for promoting Korean War veterans. And so once I knew Frank was going to accept a quilt, I took this to one of our local meetings, and Kim Chamberlain signed it. Because this Korean War Memorial, she's been after me to finally come and see it. I came about a couple weeks back at the end of March, and I actually got to visit it. She was helpful with me getting Dad to get his Korean War Service Medal and the South Korean Ambassador's Peace Medal.
Yeah, I got that.
That's the only reason I got that from my dad, was with Kim's help. Because they have a big luncheon they do every year. She even gets the South Korean consul to come up to give out the medals. So, amazing woman, and I know she'd appreciate it that this quilt would go to someone who was involved in that.
Wow. All right.
So this is Frank's. Now we try it on for size. There we go.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And like I said, there's signatures all over it from Korean War veterans, children of Korean War veterans.
Thank you so
We
much.
all appreciate what you've done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Last one. All right. So again, he's got the label. That's documenting who made the quilt. This is the documentation for the California Heritage Quilt Project. Now, with the 3 Amador Valley quilts that I picked up, when they had me come into their sew-in and I got to pick which ones I wanted, I got to look at these. And being the quilter that I am, I decided, you know, I met Charles last year in New Orleans. And I thought he might like this one. This is called the chandelier. There you go. And now we're just going to drape this over in the front because I don't want you to get trapped around the back. Charles. There we go. See, all warm and cozy.
Oh, yeah.
You got it? All right. There we are. So, all right. You like it? Good.
I can see him using this when we get home.
That's it. Like I said, Quilts of Valor are totally meant to be used.
He'll use it.
Love them, sleep with them, drag them around, carry them around in your car, whatever you need to do to have a comfortable quilt. You know, that's what it is. It's people hugging you and telling you that they appreciate what you did. Okay.
Thank you, Scarlett.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice student. You'll be looking for it and be like, where's my quilt? On my bed.
I heard that. Ain't hear well, but I heard that. When it disappears, I know where it is.
Uh-oh. All right. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.